All right, so we're going to get started. Today we have Miss Shannon Bowdey with SLO Happy Homes and the local Keller Williams office. Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you, Bobbie. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm so excited. I have so many questions for you, so let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Trying to get on your schedule is like a feat, so thank you for prioritizing.
Bobbie.
It's fun to get to see you.
Oh, thank you.
And you're headed out for fun next week?
Yeah, Calgary, Canada. I'll leave this Friday.
So cool.
And it's for the Rotary International Convention.
Okay.
And it's a spillover from when I was president back in 2021. And our convention was canceled because of COVID. And so my Rotary group our club is sponsoring me to go this year.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you're deeply ingrained in that.
I am, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what made
past
you
president?
Okay, past president.
Yes.
And then what year did you start doing that?
I started doing it in 2014.
Okay.
And so
you got your pin on.
Yeah,
I just noticed it.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Very
yes.
cool.
And I think it was 2014. Maybe it was 2009?
Maybe even
I don't know.
Okay.
I should look that
it's
up.
It's flying by. You're having so
yes.
much fun there.
Maybe we should go back and maybe take that part out.
Okay.
It's okay.
If we have fact checkers out there, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rotary, and what drew you to the Rotary mission?
It's a great organization that do things both globally and locally.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like I wanted to get involved in the community.
Yeah.
And I find that whenever I'm at different conferences as well, like whenever you see somebody anywhere in the world and has one of these pins, we're like a family.
Yeah.
So we all connect. We see each other with these pins and we start talking.
That's cool.
And
there's like a like-heartedness that is service-based, and
yes.
It seems like I had the privilege of getting to go to your meeting today.
You did,
so that
yes,
was really
yes,
fun to
yes.
get to experience it, and it is. I think that you hear about all these groups for so long, and I had no idea what they were founded on and what their mission was, and it was actually like a really touching. It got me a few times.
Yes,
with how much they've been able to do, and
exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a great cause. So
it really is.
I love that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about going to the Rotary International Convention is you go to this. It's called the House of Friendship. Mm-hmm. It's the big convention floor, and you would not believe the amount that the culture. And the amount of, different people from all around the world wear and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're just in this big, giant family of all these different cultures from all over the world. And we're all there for one purpose, and that's to make the world a better place.
That's so cool. I love it. Okay, well, you're going to have to tell us all about it when you get back.
Yes, of
course.
course.
Culture is like a word. When I think of culture, I think of you in our market center and in our area. It's something that you're the culture ambassador for Keller Williams. You got named that, in 2019?
2019.
We won't do too many dates. Sorry,
Sure,
I'm
yes.
not going to try to catch you on too many dates.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? And especially for people who don't, I'm still learning all this fun stuff too.
Yeah,
so tell me about being the culture ambassador.
So one of the first people that helped start Keller Williams, Mo Anderson, along with Gary Keller. She's really into culture and about making the world a better place. It's not just about selling real estate and transactions and burning through a bunch of transactions. It's about taking care of people, and culture is really important, especially in your workplace and everything. And so at Keller Williams, we're not just selling houses. We're a family as well, and we'd like to take care of our people. And so I was recognized regionally because it wasn't just our office; it was regionally for 2019 for being the 2019 Cultural Ambassador for our region.
That's so cool.
And so it was amazing. It was big giant stage, and Mo was there, and she presented the award and everything, and everybody got called out, and I got to wear a sash.
Oh, you and your sashes. There's no shortage of awards in your life. I mean, you're one of the top realtors on the Central Coast with one of the most successful teams. So, but that one I feel like it hits different.
Thank you
getting
very
the
much.
Culture Award. That means especially for who you are.
It was quite amazing. Yes, yeah.
And that translates so much into the way you treat your clients.
For sure.
I mean, I see it. You have like a following, not just a client base, but an actual following of people who feel so cared for.
Thank you.
How do you, so many things. One, where does that come from? How do you meet each client in their needs, and especially with the amount of transactions you're doing?
Sure.
And take care of your team. People love working with you. They love being on your team.
Thank you.
How does that all work?
So just basically taking care of people.
Yeah.
And I believe that, if you take good care of people, they'll keep on coming back, and they do.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my business is repeat and referral business because
You've never got leads.
Right? I don't buy leads.
That's what. I remember the look on your face when I said something about leads one day. You were like,
and I don't cold call ever because I just don't feel like I need to do that. But just taking care of my people is in my clients and having client appreciation parties and giving gifts throughout the year and cards and acknowledging them. So, I really, truly, my goal at the end of each transaction is to be their best friend.
Yeah. Oh, you take it seriously. I've seen it. I've
yeah.
witnessed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's, you are in a real relationship with all of them.
I am.
This is not transactional.
Oh, definitely not transactional at all. No, it's very real.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's been fun to see you bring who you are into your, this is, you. If anyone knows me, this is like, I'm so passionate about real estate for this reason. You get to be who you are in front of people. You get to be authentic. There's very few careers out there that you can build around who you actually are.
For sure.
And we were talking a little bit about, before we started this, about how much we've watched you really grow into who you are and like step in a really powerful way.
Yeah.
But you've kind of brought that flavor to your business, and it's so fun. And you've tied in the Mardi Gras heritage, like, tell us about.
Right. Well, I'm originally born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay.
And but my parents were real estate investors, and so they had a lot of properties in New Orleans, but mainly and they would turn them into rental properties. And a lot of our tenants were students, like Tulane University or Loyola University students. In the summertime, they would all go home. So we went from being busy all year long to, there really wasn't much going on over the summer. So we would pack up the family motorhome and drive out to California every single summer. And so this is my secondary home. And the reason why we fell in love with California is my dad was stationed at Vandenberg Air Force Base long before I was born. And my mother just absolutely fell in love with the Central Coast and said there's no better place in the world to live than the Central Coast.
Yeah.
And so, so there was always talk because they had to go back. They went back before I was born to help take care of my dad's dad, who was ailing, and with the promise that they would return one day. And it took 35 years for them to get back out here.
They did it.
They did it, and I couldn't let my sons grow up without their grandparents, so we followed. And
very cool.
I feel so fortunate and grateful that we did do so because I love it here.
Yeah. Well, and now you get to share that, and you get to gift people that same experience, which is so cool.
Exactly.
That's
yeah.
very
For sure.
Cool.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my notes now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we don't miss anything. Oh, that's okay. So talking about the history of like you coming here and what got you started in it. What about this industry drew you in the first place? So you watched your parents make that move. You watched what that took to get them here.
Right.
And then when did you look around and decide this is my passion?
I want to say maybe I was 13 years old. It was the 1980s.
That early?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it was in 1980s. I had my Walkman. I was walking through the dining room, just ignoring yet another real estate agent that was in our house because all these beautifully dressed, powerful women would come into our house, and my dad, and my mom, and my dad was a very strong-willed, big guy. Nobody really told him what to do. And there was this one transaction and this one woman that came in, and believe it or not, she wore red all the time. And
wait, we gotta find her. Is she? I hope her daughter's still around somewhere or something.
So she wore red all the time, and I was like, oh wow, she's coming and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I was just listening to my Walkman and everything, and was walking through the dining room while they were talking about a transaction and everything. And my mom's like, Shannon, tell Sandra hello. And I took off my Walkman. And I'm like, hi, Sandra. And that moment I heard my father say, what? They want the baby grand piano too? And he's like, I'm not doing it. And she looked straight at him in the face and said, what are you, bleeping nuts? And I said, I'm going to be her one day. Oh my goodness.
That was it.
That was it. That was the moment.
The power move of cursing at your dad in his own house.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what it took. Oh
yes,
my God.
yes.
And look at you now.
So I first got licensed when I was 23 years old.
Wow.
And so I that's all I really wanted to be is a real estate agent.
That's
and
so cool.
just wanted to do it because I love houses. I get really emotional with houses. I've literally walked into houses and started crying because I fall in love with them.
I've witnessed you on Caravan one time.
Yes.
Having an emotional reaction to a house.
Yes. And I think I get that from my mom and dad because I loved houses as well.
Yeah.
And look at me, I'm kind of tear right now. But yeah, I love houses. I love people. I love connecting people with houses.
Yeah.
And so that's was what I wanted to do. And so I started at 23 and everything. And then I actually went to work for that agent. She had joined Keller Williams. We never heard of Keller Williams before. This is in probably the late 90s then at that point.
Okay.
And so joined Keller Williams, had no idea what it was and everything. And started working for her and working with her and everything. And then I realized, okay, so the way she did business was unfortunately, a little more transactionally. And I realized that's not how I want to do real estate. I want to really, really take care of my people. So then I went off on my own
So
and
cool.
love that. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you have over 30 years under your belt now.
Yes, I do.
And you've got to have people coming up to you all the time for advice at this point. I mean, you've built a super successful team in all the ways, not just in sales, but in joy. And really, I mean, Keller Williams talks about it all the time with like building a big life. And we try to celebrate not just, sale after sale, but really celebrate the balance of taking care of your family, getting to see your grandkids. Like that's what matters.
Right.
So what advice would you give the next the coming up leaders in real estate for all the things you've learned in the last over 30 years? We won't call you out too much.
Sure.
How old you are.
Gosh, what I tell them to just continue doing your business the best you can with the most ethics, and it's always doing the right thing is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
And even if you're going to lose the deal, if you take care of that person will stay with you.
Yeah.
And so you just got to keep on nurture all your clients. Take great care of them, and they'll continue to nurture your business as well.
Very cool. That's a good policy. I like that. Okay, so right now it's kind of we always say this. It's an interesting time in real estate, right? We have a whole new set of challenges. What challenges are you seeing your clients face more right now than any other time? Like what are you seeing out there in the
definitely
active
more
market?
inventory right now than I had seen in the past.
So like listings sitting longer.
Listings are sitting longer.
Okay.
Things are different with the world at the moment, and so hopefully that changes. I don't know if hopefully it does.
Yeah.
Best thing we can do is just keep on nurturing those clients and the listings and promoting them to keep them front of mind. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Don't let them go stale or anything like that.
Right.
And just keep on pushing forward, because we have ebbs and flows in real estate all the time, and so we might be in an ebb right now, but before you know it, there'll be a flow.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time this comes out, we'll be back at it.
Yeah. Right.
It seems like you have a really vast, you work with so many different kinds of buyers and sellers. I mean, I've heard you in investment properties, first-time home buyers. Like you've just got the whole gamut. You don't have any one lane that you stay in, which just keeps your life, I'm sure, very entertaining. How do you switch your hats back and forth between how you speak to a first-time home buyer versus what it takes to really coach a maybe first-time investor or long-time investor? Like, how does that look?
Well, you just have to wear different hats with everybody.
All the time.
Yeah, you just have to know the room and read the room and do definitely know how to take care of first-time home buyers. This is the first time, this is the biggest investment that they've ever done, and you really have to just take care of them, and communication is really key. Communicate, because you just want to make sure that they know each step of the way. And then your more savvy buyers or sellers, they've done it before, but you also have to over communicate all the time.
Right.
So I just feel like I really, even with other real estate agents, I stay very well connected and continue the communication as strong as possible, because that's really important.
Yeah, I see you connecting with and having fun with so many realtors. It seems like you're always out doing some activity or some event with somebody else in our community, which you make this job look pretty darn fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about Rotary and your work that you do there. What is if you had to sum up your passion for giving back, for helping, what does that look like? What do you see yourself doing later on in life? Do you have any grand dreams of service, and what does that look like for you?
Well, yeah, I always love to give back to the community.
Yeah.
I love the community. And my thing right now is also growing my team. Well, my team is growing.
Yeah.
And taking care of them and helping them, because I love mentoring and love to help them to learn how I've done it in business and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's very important to me to keep that going, the SLO Happy Homes way going.
Yeah, that's the future.
Yes, for sure.
What a privileged spot to sit in too,
Oh,
to be able to sit next to you and hear what you've done. I mean, that's a
thank you.
Great learning opportunity for sure.
Thank
So
you.
I'm sure a lot of people would be knocking at your door for that
thank you.
opportunity. Okay, so we have some fun rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, we're gonna start doing this from now on.
Okay.
Okay, beach house or ranch house?
Ranch house.
Ranch house,
Yes,
really?
yes.
I would have totally thought. Well, yeah, I guess your house is sprawling
Right.
on all the land. Okay, I would have for some reason thought beach house. Okay, so let's say you actually had a day off.
Okay.
Maybe even just a half day off.
Okay.
Where do you go on the Central Coast? What's your favorite spot?
Oh gosh. Spoon Trade is one of my favorite restaurants.
Oh, I
in the
know
whole
this
world.
about you.
I love Spoon
You
Trade.
love
Oh
good
my
food.
God.
I can appreciate
Yes,
that.
also happy.
Okay, but what do you order at Spoon Trade?
Oh my goodness.
You've
There's
done
so
one of
much.
everything.
Oh
on the
my
menu.
goodness
Okay.
gracious.
So you don't have like a go-to.
Oh my gosh, chicken and dumplings are amazing. Even just the bologna sandwich is incredible.
Oh, I still don't have
the duck ramen. Oh my goodness gracious in heaven.
Now we're talking.
Oh
we
my
should have
gosh.
planned this to go there after. Darn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
And
so
also
food.
Happy. Happy is definitely my go-to
Happy's
as
your
well.
spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've had everything on the menu there, and I love the environment. It's kind of like walking into
Yeah.
Cheers. And so,
For you, yes, it
yeah,
is because
yeah,
you're there.
Yeah.
That's your spot.
Right, exactly.
Do you get wine there? Do you order like wine? Because I know
they have wine.
do that.
They have cocktails now too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, very good cocktails.
Okay,
yes.
fun.
Yes,
Okay,
sure.
Happy's in our future.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've eaten.
Yes.
Okay, so what else? Where else are you going on your day off?
Oh gosh.
What are you doing?
I don't know. We love to go out to eat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have so many good
We
restaurants.
don't typically go wine tasting or anything because I can wine taste all I want at my house.
That's right.
Yes.
You've got the hookup.
Yes. My husband's been 40 years in the wine business, so we're set.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're
Yeah.
good.
Does he still have that room?
Yes, he
You had a
does,
room?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
What does he
yes.
call that? It's like
That's
his...
the man cave.
Okay, the man cave. Yeah. And there's some good finds
Yes.
in the man cave.
Yes, there are for sure. Yes.
I
yes.
could use that. Yeah.
What else will we do? I guess just nature, hiking.
I was gonna say you'd probably need sleep
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
are going
Right,
100
right.
miles a minute.
We love our dogs and our pets, and
Yeah.
we love our house. We have our Casa de Bowdey, it's called.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Yeah. So yeah.
You've been working on that through the years.
Yes, we have.
That's cool that you can kind of like sympathize with clients as they're going through, because I
Right.
know that you've really dug in there and had that be a fun kind of long going project where
Yeah.
your heart's there for
It
sure.
is, for sure. Yes.
And you have some rescue pups.
I do, yes. Mercy and Bailey. Oh my goodness, they're my babies.
They're the best.
We got them both from Wits Humane Society.
Okay.
And
Shout out to our favorites.
Yes,
Good job.
yes, they're my
I love it.
babies. Whatever, one's a white lab, like a white lab mix, and the other one's a we just found out that just did their DNA test. He's a Staffordshire Terrier and a Australian Shepherd and a Mastiff. So he's quite the collection.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yes,
with
and
that
then
one.
Bailey's
Okay.
a white Labrador Retriever and a Staffordshire Terrier and a herding dog.
Okay.
So yeah,
Lucky dogs
yeah,
to land in your house.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I can only imagine
yes,
how they're treated.
Yes, they're sweet.
That's
sweethearts.
so fun.
Yes.
Okay. Last question. Are we ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. One misconception about the real estate industry that you wish you could just completely wipe out. What
I
is
think
it?
a lot of people think it's an easy, it's an easy profession. So I think some people have this vision that we sit back and eat bonbons all day, look pretty, and go look at houses. It's a lot.
Not so much, huh?
It's a lot. And you really have to be good with people, really good with people. And it's not just about you, it's you have to take care of your people. And so we're everything from marriage counselors to child rearers to financial advisors to, we're architects and we're interior designers. You have to know and do all those things to be a really good realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are on their schedule a lot of times when you work with clients. That's
Definitely.
something people
Yes.
always say that, like, oh, you must have such a flexible schedule. And it's like, actually, I have
Absolutely not.
whatever schedule my client has
Yes.
at this given time because I have to
Exactly.
meet them where they're at.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
was so fun to get to sit
Okay.
down with you.
Thank
Thank
you, Bobbie. This is so
Yeah.
much fun.
So
Thank
fun.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
See you next
Thank you.
time.